Okay then, in this week's video, we've to copy from a client's picture yet again. Right then, as I said, this is another one of those where a client has sent me a picture to copy what's in it. This is actually a candle holder that I did for a charity thing last year. This lady won this one, and she wants me to turn it into a pair. Right now. Right, the last time I did something like this, I got asked a lot of questions on how to do it, right? So I'm going to go from the start to the finish in this one, right? Number one, the piece of wood that I used here, right, is tiger wood, obviously, and it's got sapwood up the top. So what I did was I got another piece, I searched the pile, and I got another piece that has dark wood and that has sapwood in it, right? It's coming, the sapwood comes out to about there. This one, I think the sapwood actually came across a bit more by the looks of the photograph, but I'm getting it as close as I can. Alright, now, one of the important things, if you've got a photograph and you're trying to copy it, is if you can get something that's in the photograph that's known to you, right? Now, I went and got a second candle, the same as the one that's in the photo. Right, so my known thing in this photograph is the candle. It gives me everything. It gives me the size and everything. Now, this candle is 100 mil high. Right, see it there, it's a little under 100 mil high. Right, in the photograph, right, allowing for what's under there, it's also a little under 100 mil high. So basically this candle is the same as the candle in the photo, roughly. Alright. What I did was I used just what I can see of the candle, right, which is 90 mil, and I added 10 mil, right, which makes it 100 mil. Now, because the known thing to me is that candle is 100 mil high, I can extrapolate out of it what the sizes of everything else is. Like the candle itself is 65, the candle holder is 65 mil high. I'm going to this ridge on the picture, not where it touches the candle, right, is about 65 mil high, add 10, about 75 mil high, and across it's 90, so 100. Basically I'm adding 10 to everything because the known thing to me is the size of that candle, because I have one here, right? So the piece of wood is 90 high, which is plenty, right? It is 120 wide, which again is plenty, right? So the turning itself in this one isn't all that difficult. It's quite simple, right? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a bowl gouge and I'm going to round this off, because this is in bowl orientation, right? I'm going to round it off down to the size of the rim here of what I'm after figuring out is the width of the rim here, because it's the widest part of it. This will be the same width down here, right? And that will give me that, and then I'm going to put a 10 on the bottom, right? So we get on with that. Right, we're round, and I think that the width of this is 100 mil. Right, I'm at 110, so I'm actually slightly wide. I'll bring it down to 105. As I said, what we're doing here is I'm trying to make it as close to that picture as I can. Because the lady wants a pair. But if you're doing this, the most important thing you can do is have something that's known. It really helps. A little more. There we go, 110. Right, now I want to face off here and put a mortise in it. Get the tailstock out of the way. I'm just going to move this camera for a second. Now that I think about it, I'll be doing an extra video this week, which I mentioned last week, which is that mask review. And remember, I will be doing a giveaway in it. So somebody's going to be getting what I think is a pretty decent mask for free. I'll tell you how to win it during the video. Right. Yep, we are rounded off. Now I need to grab that. Yeah, now the last time I did this, I got asked quite a lot of questions about specifically how you figure it out. Right, now an awful lot of it is experience. You just get experience of looking at stuff, right, and you can kind of figure out from there. But having something that's known really does help. Right, so we'll put this mortise in this. Now what I want to do is I want to make this mortise kind of, when I'm cutting it, a little deep. Because I want this candle to be standing on a rim. So I need to cut a tilt from there to there. Only very slight, but it needs to be there. Doing my best to keep out the way of the macro camera there. Now I'm going to cut a very, very slight tilt in this space from the outside to the inside, so that when I've done it, it just sits on a rim. So it doesn't have to be a lot. A little will do it. That needs to be slightly deeper. Right, now then, now that that's cut, that's the base of this done, right? So I just need to sand and finish that, and I'll be right back. And we flip it over and get this. As I said, this isn't a difficult turning. I'm just trying to answer questions I was asked. Right, so I'll be back in a sec. Right now, just buffing the wax off the bottom piece. As I said, this is basically an easy turning. Right, so that's the bottom of it. It's not much, it's just a chamfered edge with the mortise in it. Right, so we take this off, we flip it over, and we go on with the next bit. Right, so I'll do that and we'll be back in a sec. Right, then we're flipped over. First thing I want to do, of course, is face this off. Too high. Here's that one last high. The angle. Right then, now what I need is the width of the bottom of that. So grab calipers again. Right. Make sure this is in shot. Grab calipers again. Find the width of that. So that it's fairly tight. Mark it on here. There. Right, now normal for candle holders with me is I go down this about 10 mil. I think people have a tendency of going far too deep with these. You only need it to hold the candle in like so. Right, that's all you need. Now I'm still a little shallow there. I'm only about 5 mil down there, so I need to go a little bit deeper. Yeah, that's better. Right, it's a good fit, it's not rattling. Right, now compare that to the picture. The height to the label looks about the same in both pictures. Right. Now all I gotta do is put in, there's a scoop there, it's a scoop there, and there is a big scoop in the middle. As I said, not a difficult turning, but I got asked questions the last time I did one of these. I haven't done one since, but this is my first opportunity to answer those questions. Right. A bit longer, I think. This needs to be sharpened. Right, then that needs to be longer. Slight ridge on top, same as that one. Right, and we have a smaller one at the bottom. And then in between those two is scooped. That's a little longer. It's a little bit longer in the picture. Yeah, that looks more like it. Excuse me. Don't like that cut. There we go. Yeah, that looks like that picture. And the angle on this is a bit funny because you're looking down on it. But that's roughly the same shape. It's got the sapwood in it. It's got the heartwood in it. Right. I will sand that. I'm going to be back in a sec. Alright, just buffing the wax off this. I had a look at it. It looks pretty close. It's not exact, but it looks pretty close. It's very hard to actually turn a pair of something if you do one and you do another one a year later, if it's not a normal pattern that you use. And I don't use patterns on things like this. If I'm turning a pair, I'll turn a pair. I think I did a pair of candle videos. A pair of candles video. If I did, I'll put a link up there in case somebody's interested in it. To a pair of candles. But if you turn them both at the same time, it's a lot easier. If you're trying to remember, like this charity event was a year and a half ago. And if you're trying to remember exactly how you did something, you're not going to do it. Right. Oh. There is the candle holder. I'll take it off and give you a better look at it. So I'll do that. I'll be back in a sec. Right then, there we have it. It's beside its picture. Yeah, it's pretty close, I'd say. I said that was just a bit of a weird one because it's trying to answer some questions I was asked. Tips and tricks on how to copy something from a photograph. If you can get something that's known, it makes it a lot easier. Like this candle, I could measure this candle and then reference it to the picture. I have another one that's something like this to do, and I'll do it on video because yet again I got asked questions about it. I have to copy a lamp I did years ago because the client in question now wants a pair instead of the single one, but she actually brought that lamp to me, so I'll be copying directly from the lamp. I'll go into doing that in a later video. Don't forget that there'll be an extra video this week and there's a giveaway in it. That's about it really for this one. So if you enjoyed that, I got nothing out of it. If you wouldn't mind clicking like on the video, and I'll see you in the next one.